it's time to go racing again. Everybody, sincere apologies for the delay, all to do with making sure that there was an ambulance available on site. Oh, what have we got there? Was that the start? I don't know whether it was. One of them shot away well before the others, but we're not losing any sleep about it, folks, and surely it's not making a whole lot of difference to the outcome of the racing. So a bit of a hiccup there for one of the riders, but more importantly, we get a race away. Hey, if there's one thing about having a mixed bag of classes like we've got today, whether it be Superbikes, F3, Classics, or post-classics, or Superbikes themselves. 600s may be slightly different. What I'm talking about is the noise that they make in classics. Man, they make a classic noise all of their own for sure. So you can literally be blind but still enjoy what's happening on the racetrack with that beautiful sound. And what have we got in the lineup? Well, I'll tell you what, don't get any better than matchless G50s, Velisets, Nortons, Triumphs, Suzukis and Benellis. Just some of the beautiful machines lined up in the classic racing here today. So bring it on. It's actually we've got post-classics, of which some of the bikes like a Suzuki, for example, fit into post-classics, but they're at the smaller capacity of those, so the smaller engine-sized post-classics racing amongst the classics. We just still call them a classic because post-classic or classic are exactly that word, a classic motorcycle that we've enjoyed and loved throughout the world as far as motorcycles are concerned. All right, here we are with our lineup today. Dave Cole, Nev Mickelson, Chris Highland out there, Jason Hall. I love what's going on. Yes, Mike Reed's out there. Mike's, of course, won the awesome Chems $150 voucher. How good is that from Chems? New Zealand-made lubricants right here at the racetrack. So well done to Chems and congratulations to Mike. We'll have another winner on the draw tomorrow as well. So another rider's going to take a massive $130 away. So well done. As our bikes do their first lap and come down, here we are. Might have only been 5 or 6 starters. One's pretty distant, but I tell you what, the first 3 pretty close together, a little gap to 4 and then further back to the 5. Here we go. Mike, of course, he's only on the little 250. Some of these are massive bikes. And look at them as they get away through there. Great to see. Jason, Neville, Dave in that order. Dave Cole, the man, he had a terrible start. In fact, his last start wasn't all that good. He still went on to win the race, but didn't have a good start. He's back there in 3rd place at the moment. And a little bit of work to do for the Ross Graham Racing. Beautiful matchless G50, the 500, the 59. What a vintage, what a classic motorcycle of the highest caliber. So here we go, 50 plus years of racing out there. Sorry, over 60 years of racing, got to say, for a bike of that era. So bring it on with the matchy, and the fight back continues. In fact, look at them, Brad, closing down, getting closer. Could be the change. Ross Cole looking to cut up. Looking to get up there. Could he do it? Dave Cole, I'm talking about, my apologies. So Dave Cole into the corner. Yeah, he's up to second. So looking good. Out and after Jason there at the moment. So Dave won on Neville, and next up Jason. Will you have Jason by the time we come round to here? Place your bets, folks.
This is good, yeah, we love classic racing, and 5 of them still going strong, and yeah, like you said, touched on, well done to Mike, winning that Ken's $150 cash prize, and he should have got a prize just for having the only bike here with a kickstart as well. What a legend. An RG250 on the racetrack, it's brilliant. So loving this one here. Classics, 4-lap race, so we've already had one of those laps, and Jason Hall leads on that GSXR 400 on the Gumbo coffee machine. All the way up from Lower Hutt, so well done to Jason, but in trouble because Dave Cole is coming on his heels and already stretching the long legs of that matchless down the back straight. So I think that looks like Dave's already got it done. So look at that, Dave, you bets were on if he had it got him by the time they got down the back straight, and he's done it. So Dave Cole crossed the line in 3rd a lap ago. Now he has found himself right in the front of this one here. Dave Cole leads Jason Hall narrowly, and then go back to Neville Mickelson. Well done to Nev, killed up with Nev in the interim, and his gear lever jammed off, so he was stuck in gear most of the last race he was here, so he's looking much more competitive this time around. And then you go to Chris Highland on that beautiful Motor Mail Triumph. That's 4th place, and Mike Reed on that RG250, that's 5th place. 5 runners out there, classic, post-classics coming up after this as well, so these guys get 4-lap races each, and what a spectacular sight at the North Island Road Racing Spectacular.
Yes, it is indeed. In fact, even though the numbers might be down, it's more the glory, and it gives us time to actually focus in on these riders and their bikes as well. People like Dave Cole, so much he's given to the sport over the years, of course, mentored some of our young guns, and I go to the late Sam Smith as one that I particularly and fondly remember. He was such an influence, and a damn good racer in his own right, and courtesy of Ross Graham Racing, here he is back on a beautiful motorcycle as well. I remember him back to 250 Proddy days, because of course the guy's talented, and more importantly, power to weight, he's actually quite a small guy. So power to weight, he's got a real advantage when it comes to small bikes. So Dave Cole, am I going to say? I'm going to say it must be 30 plus years on a racetrack that I can recall. So well done, Dave, and a super guy to go with it. Man, he's helped so many people, so many. Who do we want to start with? The Hayden Fitzgeralds and others along the way. Just trying to think of some, but Sam is the one that really goes together. Man, he made that guy gel. And for those that remember the talent of Sam Smith will recall, to me, probably one of those that we never really got to see at his best, and he was going to absolutely blow the sport to bits. Young, great, late Sam Smith. And this man played a key role in his life, and Ross pedals a bike. Still the same and as good as ever. Love this guy, love the story. Well done. Then we go to Jason Hall up there, so put Jason in the picture as well. Comes out of Lower Hutt on that little Suzuki Gumboot Coffee, and the smaller Suzuki GSX-R 400 as a 1989 model. No, not in the true classic form, but because the post-classics are already a big enough field to put a 400 out with some of those alongside 750s and 851s and 1100s, and that it's an opportunity to put this lesser powered bike in amongst these, and actually quite well suited, isn't it, when you think about it, because it's got Dave Cole just in front of him and Nev Mickelson close behind him, so it's good. You get an evenness of racing, which is what it's when you get disparity that you have the chance of more incidences, but put guys together of closer ability and bikes of similar output, and you've got some close racing, which is great to see. So well done to Jason out there. So he adds to the flair of this one. Nev Mickelson, the Hamiltonian, the Velocette 500. Well, of course, the movie they didn't make was the world's fastest Velocette. They made the world's fastest Indian. You're going to think, what was the difference? Bert's other bike, always to be remembered, Bert's other bike was a Velo. He didn't just have all his eggs in one basket, because he was making the Indian, of course, to go as fast as he could, but Bert was still going out there to other race meetings. He was still competing along the way, not just in trying to go fast as the fastest man or the fastest a New Zealander ever gone until more later times, but in fact he still used to go racing. People used to think, well, we're going to get Bert Munro's coming to our event. He travelled to the North Island from Invercargill to come to major events. He went to Christchurch many, many times, and his other bike was a Velocette, and hell, he made that go fast as well. And many said it was the world's fastest Velocette, the movie that was never made, but it tells the story all in its own right. And of course the Velo, like the Indian itself, on display at E. Hayes & Son, the world's best hardware shop right here in Invercargill, New Zealand. So that's another story to tell out there. So well done to Nev piloting the Velocette. So there we are. There's your checkered flag. There's a victory. There's a wrap with 3 great riders, 3 great bikes, 3 good stories to tell as we bring them home to you. So there they all are. It's the Matchless, it's the Velo, and it's a little Suzuki tucked in there as well. 915 is the number for Neville, and remembering double classing today with it being out there on the sidecar with daughter Jo as well. A beautiful story to tell. I wonder if Nev was in on the know of what was happening in the sidecar proposal last weekend, and that fantastic little story to tell. But anyway, we might find out that from Nev later on. Would he have known? It just sort of, is it the done thing these days that the bloke goes to the future father-in-law to ask his permission? I did it 40-something years ago, but I don't think it happens much these days. Anyway, whatever the story, doesn't matter. It's a cool story, and we love it for you. Congratulations, Joe. And there we are with Super Dad Nev, still loving his motorcycle road racing. Classic on 2 wheels and classic on 3 wheels. Doing it all today here as part of the Northern Race Series Spectacular. Coming at you, courtesy of Taupo International Motorsport Park.